I'm legally insane. And recently, one of my subscribers, one of you viewers, was banned. Lifetime ban. Cops are looking for him as we speak. He's going to jail for purchasing Xbox 360 games legitimately from a retro game store in Quebec, Canada. I'm not kidding. I wish I was making this up. This information was submitted by a viewer. I looked it up. It's legit. We got the proof. We got the receipts. One of you viewers, I don't know which one. I see a lot of steal of a deals getting posted. Every video I make, somebody's posted some new steal that they got, and I'm reporting you all the time. I'm reporting you to the FBI myself, but it wasn't me this time. This guy went to the store. He's legitimately purchasing these games, and he got a lifetime ban from the owner because he bought the games on the cheap. He did exactly what we've been screaming about for over a year now, telling everybody buy the games for cheap. Catch these stores slipping. They slipping on the prices. They're slipping all the time. You just got to have a keen eye. You got to know what you're looking for. Every collector out there is always looking for a deal. Why would we pay full price? Or why would we pay more than full price? Because a lot of these retro game stores, they overcharge. That's common, believe it or not. Very common. And they'll slap a 20% surcharge on in hopes that one, some idiot comes in and pays it anyway, which that does happen. Sadly, that's a common occurrence as well. Or two, it gives them a buffer just in case the price does go up overnight. You know, it's a pretty solid buffer because anything more than 20%, you know, it's unrealistic. It happens all the time, but it's not a common occurrence. What happened with the 360 prices, that's not a common occurrence. It doesn't just happen every day. That's like a once in a lifetime event where things boom that quickly and that high and that broadly. We're not just talking one title. We're not talking a Phantom Dust OG Xbox million plus subscribers shouts it out as being the biggest hidden gem of all time, makes a 1 hour video explaining why it is one of the best games ever made, which it is. Price goes up to $300 almost instantly, comes back down to 100. Recently came back down to, I don't know, 30, $50 from $10 though. Anyways, let me show you what happened. We're just gonna read it. We're just gonna go through it, and that's the best way to get the story across. Read it word for word. So I'm gonna have to blurb out the name of the store because I don't want to be the person responsible for the store getting review bombed. I don't recommend that type of behavior, even though admittedly I've participated in doing that myself once. Okay, hopefully I remember to blur that out. But yes, I did do that once myself. Some store in California or something like that. I forget what they even did, but I was part of the thousands of people that went and review bombed the hell out of them. But I felt bad about it later. I said, you know what? I never even been to the store. I'm lying. I'm acting as if I went there, even though I didn't necessarily say that I went there. So I said, yeah, you know what? That's not fair. I regretted what I did. So don't review bomb. If you find them on your own, go for it, but I'm not going to tell you what store it is. Because I don't recommend that kind of behavior. So this guy says, I went into XYZ store today to have a look at the video games and was advised that I was no longer welcome to purchase. The backstory was in the past I have been recently purchasing games from them that they have not updated the prices on. That's exactly what a good collector, a good smart buyer is supposed to do. That's the whole point. And by the way, I'm chiming in here already. Put a pause on this. By the way, even if you purchase a game where the price went up and they haven't adjusted the price yet because they're a bunch of morons, they're still making money. They got that. Let's say it's a $10 game. Let's keep the math simple. They paid $3 for that game. Hey, they're making hefty margins. They might have paid $5. That's like pretty standard $5 store credit, which is a lot different from cash. way bigger profit margins on store credit. That's why they give you more. Standard is 50% store credit for most places, 30% cash. So they paid $3 for that item. They're making good margins, buddy. It's not like you didn't help them make money. It's not like you didn't help them make huge profits to pay their bills and pay their rent. You did them a favor by buying the game. So he says, basically getting deals on prices that have not been updated. To be fair, I come in often in the past month, and the owner did advise that in the past, this could be a consequence. So we're already getting red flags from this owner here. Now, when I was advised of this deal and talked to the owner, I even went as far as to pull games off the shelf that were not priced correctly to allow the owner to correct the pricing error. This is very important for later. So this guy is like just being a good citizen. He's trying to like help out the store owner, like, hey, relax, you freaking retard. Like, here, I'm even gonna help you out because I feel bad because you're retarded. You're an actual tard, and I'm gonna help you out now. Then he specifies, I'm a collector, not a reseller. By the way, collectors don't even necessarily need to be resellers. I'm a collector. I just happen to sell some of my doubles or triples or quadruples once in a blue moon because I know the price is going up. I don't even sell it very often. I don't even consider myself a reseller, believe it or not, because I rarely ever sell. I'm just a legally insane collector. I don't mind having 5 copies. Give me 5 copies of that game right now. I'll put them on my shelf right now, and they'll sit there for 10 or 20 years. I don't care. See, that's the problem. These store owners also don't realize there's legally insane collectors out there, too. I'll take 10 copies, buddy. You think I'm kidding around? I'm going for, I was going for 10 copies of Fire Striker for Super Nintendo. The only reason I stopped is because I'm broke. And I realized I needed money for other games, so I had to sell some of them. And I was going for 10 copies, still am technically, of the Capcom game, Cyborgs for the Nintendo Wii. Just gave you a hidden gem right there. Look that one up, buddy. Thank me later. I was going for 10 copies. I got 5 copies as we speak. Once again, only reason I stopped is because I need money for other games. That's the only reason. So I did not mind helping. Felt kind of bad for the guy. Yeah, because he's an idiot. That store owner is dumb. I've purchased some duplicate games in the past. Smart collector. Good on you, buddy. But this was for myself and my brother, who does not have access to a video game store in his area. Good on you. This guy's a good dude. Now on to the more important parts. In the past, I have purchased many games from them that were at market value or even above. Hell, I've done that myself. And by the way, the games he mentions here, I know how these stores operate. The common games that everybody wants and buys, like Mario and Resident Evil, they do jack up the price higher than eBay because there's always somebody who doesn't know any better and will buy those games 110% of the time. No joke. So in those cases, I never heard a word of displeasure. Yeah, why didn't the owner complain? Hey, buddy, you just paid a 25% premium. I'm pissed off. I'm the owner now. You paid too much. Why didn't he complain? As of recently, I've been buying games, in particular Xbox 360 games, because he was watching my videos. Good on you, buddy. And I've decided to focus on that area of my collection. Recently, however, Xbox 360 prices began to increase. I decided it would be good time to buy now before prices go even higher. Oh, this guy definitely subscribes to the channel. There's no question. When I visited the store owner over the last month, I've purchased games that I needed in my collection. He's a collector just like me and you. When I arrived, I noticed that the prices were close to or above eBay on many games. Why not buy local? Support the local economy. I do that too sometimes. To be fair, some games were much lower than eBay and some were very similar. Yes, that's like the pawn shop near my house. Sometimes they're cheaper, sometimes they're more, sometimes they're at par. I buy them sometimes even when they're at par. It felt like you win some, sometimes you lose some. No problem. Got no problem. Supporting a dumb store owner, helping the local economy. This company does not blink an eye when they take advantage of someone when they bring in their retro games and they give you 40% trade value, even worse than the standard 50%. That's dirty, man. That doesn't surprise me in this case, though. That's dirty. If this guy's not giving 50%, that's standard, buddy. If you're not getting 50% trade in value, you are getting dirt bagged. Like, this guy is ringing you over the cleaners. He's wringing you out. He's milking you dry. But when they are on the losing side of the deal, it's the end of the world and they begin to ban customers. Holy hell, man. This is like something out of a movie. To illustrate this, if you bring in $100 game for trade, they will give you 40, and that's trade value. That's dirty. And then turn around and put it on the shelf for 120 with a 20% market buffer. Holy. This hurts. I don't even know if I can continue. I understand they have overhead costs as a business and need to make profit to keep the lights on, but they are only interested when they take advantage of the clients and can't handle being on the receiving end. It couldn't be more accurate. This guy's bang on. Now it is the responsibility of any company, big or small, to keep up with the market trends in pricing. Yes, that's true. If they are unable to do so, they need to correct the internal issue that is not allowing them to do so. Well, unfortunately, this particular store is run by a guy with an IQ under 69. You gotta have at least an IQ of 69 to run one of these stores, unfortunately. It is not the customer's responsibility to avoid deals. Friggin' ridiculous. Because of the internal processes of X store, pricing is not working. Another example was that I recently purchased Naughty Bear Double Trouble, good friggin' game for the PS3. They had it priced as the gold edition because the owner is a moron. I'm adding that part in myself. Lower version of the same game. Caught the store slipping. That's how you do it, man. This guy's got the catch him slipping 101. He read the book. This guy wrote the friggin' book. I'm going to purchase this guy's book. Send me the link. Send me the Amazon link. I'll purchase it. Once again, this is not the fault of the client, but a mistake of the business not having a competent pricing system in place that catches the errors. Ultimately, what this store appears to want is a client that is uneducated in trade values and market prices for games. If you're educated in the gaming market, i.e., real gamer, and hope for a deal or at least pay market value, this is probably not the store for you. He keeps saying the store name. So I gotta block it out, guys. I made it clear in my first post I am not a reseller slash reseller type, just an educated buyer. Okay, so he's talking to the owner here and he's letting the owner know, listen, you moron, I'm not a reseller. But even if I was, you can't ban me for purchasing your own games because you're too dumb to actually look up the prices and fix your own friggin' internal system. But he's letting you know, hey, he's a collector. People who watch my channel, they're not resellers. We are all collectors. Sometimes we're just smart enough to get doubles or triples or quadruples in my case. Even if I was a reseller, you are too. He's talking to the store owner still. In regards to avoiding staff, I came in Monday, and from what I remember, that is the most frequent day the owner is at the front. At the end of the day, you don't like being beaten at your own game, and banning a customer who was paying your advertised prices was easier than putting in some effort to correct your inability to keep up with the price changes. Think of all the Xbox 360 prices you could have updated instead of replying to me, because the owner left like a big reply. Oh my gosh. The owner left like a book, a full book in replying. And basically, the owner's reply, to sum it up, is that he's pissed off because, once again, this guy is a reseller in these games. He'll sell the games for cheap, but only if you're not a reseller, is what he's trying to say. But in reality, we all know that's not the case here. He's doing damage control. trying to say, well, wait a minute, if somebody else other than you came in and bought up all my games, all my Xbox 360 games, every single one, for pennies on the dollar, that guy's allowed to do it. It's only you because I suspect you're a reseller because you're looking at the app. He says, I caught you looking at the prices on the apps. And so you're, in other translation, you're too smart. And you're not willing to pay my plus 20% markup on all these other games. So I'm getting pissed off because you're not purchasing my overpriced games. You're only going for the prices that you can actually get a deal on. So I'm pissed off at you for that. That's basically what he's saying. It's absolutely ridiculous. Here, I'll give you a quote here. He says, where'd it go? He says, it disappeared. Oh, no, here it is. Here it is. He says, the result for that potential gamer slash fan customer is that they would no longer have a chance to strike that great deal because you bought the deal. Instead, they will have to either buy it online at a more expensive price from other resellers. This is ridiculous, man. This is like, I wouldn't have, if it wasn't here available for me to read, I actually would not have believed it. Like, if someone just told me that this happened or that they read it online, I would be like, man, that's a fake story from Reddit. That's like some Reddit story, some fake garbage on Reddit, or Quora, if you've ever heard of Quora. That was like the equivalent of Reddit before Reddit, I think. This is just like one of those fake stories that somebody just makes up, just to get the likes on Reddit, get the karma, right? But no, this is legit. This actually happened. It's quite hilarious. At the very least, it's quite hilarious. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to the channel. I'm trying to get to over 9,000 subscribers.